To think, isn't it, that well, American Riviera orchid has possibly now bit the dust, or at least bitten the dust for a short period of time, while the former royal known as the Duchess of Sussex tries to get it together to work out exactly what direction she can go in. It's amazing to think that it's the old stalwarts that can come through and, more importantly, offer something of a payday. And this has really come out of the blue. But when I tell you the background to this story, you'll fully understand, of course, as to their reasoning why. And more importantly, she wants to control the narrative. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. Thank you so much as ever for your time today. On the back, of course, of a beautiful London red bus, a rarity, let me tell you, at the moment, because all the roads are dug up. If you are coming over here to the beautiful city that is London, be careful, because everywhere's blocked off, you know, and seemingly nobody working on the sort of alleged repairs. Do you have that in your part of the world? Oh, it does annoy me. You kind of think, you know, they say just walk to that bridge. How far's the bridge, you know, and you've paid for your travel card? Don't get me going, you know what it's like. But it's always good to share these things with you, because I know from all the chums around the world, we all have the same problems. We think it's unique, don't we, over here? It's a little bit like this particular story. Now, what's fascinating, as we know, is that Meghan Markle is not in the WhatsApp group for the Suits sort of, you know, people. And you would have thought she might wanted to have kept in touch with these people, given the fact, let's not forget, that she invited them to her famous wedding in 2018 at St George's Chapel. But seemingly even that couldn't cement the friendship. You know, Meghan, as I've often said, travels through people. She's openly admitted that herself. And of course, on that recent get-together on the red carpet, the Suits cast were very keen to point out, you know, rather acidically I felt, that they were no longer in contact with her. But you see, when you're making a comeback, as the Suits company are with NBC Universal, you've got to do every possible thing that you can. And let me explain this. This is where it gets really interesting, because yes, they can ride on her PR for as much as they want, and they will do, because that's what obviously gets people talking about the new series. Why didn't she come back, you know, because you've done this? But according to a very well placed source out at NBC Universal, they did put an offer into the former royal, and this was the deal. The idea really was to have some kind of conversation, and if you think about this, it does kind of work, because it worked for another show. The idea is that Meghan dials in a performance, which means she doesn't have to meet any of the cast members, she can't fall out with them, and there can be no sort of backstabbing and bitchery behind the scenes. Think about how they did this with the Just Like That Sex and the City return of the brilliant Kim Cattrall playing, of course, Saucy Sam. That worked because she never met them, she filmed it in a day and picked up a healthy paycheck. Now, according to the bosses inside NBC Universal, the idea is that, well, this could kind of work just to placate the fans, so that we're not necessarily, you know, and this can be a flashback scene, this can be a memory, whatever, it doesn't have to be in the present day. Apparently this is, well, shall we say, lit in the wick of Meghan's candle. She quite likes this idea, because of course, once again, the focus will be on her. She wouldn't be interacting with people on set, and apparently, if it was, again, you know, it's positive PR, which a brand new team are trying to point out. So while he's umming and ahhing about whether will it happen, won't it happen, according to that very much well-placed source, it appears that Meghan Markle would be up for this, if, of course, as ever, the price is right. Neil Sean on the back of a London bus, as ever, in the very heart of London.